Hi, my name is Shaina, and this is my job tour video for MerriMakers Caterers. MerriMakers is a family-owned catering company that was started in 1978 by Rick and Cindy Bott. They now have two exclusively catered locations, which are Bonnet Island on Long Beach Island and the Ashford Estate in Allentown, New Jersey. They cater all over New Jersey, including wedding venues such as the Water Witch Club, local barns used for wedding ceremonies, and the Monmouth Beach Club, as well as others. For my job, I'm mostly located at Bonnet Island just for convenience since it's near Stockton, but I work at the Ashford Estate and at the Edison corporate office as well. My specific internship covers all aspects of the business and the wedding planning process, so I work in different departments every week. For technology, we use social media like our website, Instagram, and our newsletter that's sent out to those who have booked a venue already. And this includes helpful tips and tricks and recipes to make your wedding great, as well as a blog that I'm in charge of with seasonal trends for weddings. For the critical areas, since I move around, what I've done so far includes sales, tours, booking, making place cards, menus, meeting and pricing, serving at weddings and tastings for Bonnet and Ashford. When I'm in Edison, I work on contracts, contract changes, food prep for events in the kitchen, and learning the basics of cooking. I also took part in two off-premise events, and one was a bridal expo and the other was a charity event where we donated food, and the money from the tickets that were sold helps to feed the homeless. So here are some pictures of the off-premise events we did. The bottom right picture is the bridal show. That's the table that we set up and we talked to potential brides. And the other two pictures are the charity event that we did, and we served this small salad with croutons. Here are some pictures of the Bonnet Island location. There's the bathroom, the ballroom, the foyer where you would have your guests sign in, and the salon where the bride and her party would get ready. This is the outside foyer where outside hors d'oeuvres would be served depending on the time of year, and this on the bottom right is the built-in bar. Every ballroom and party room in either estate has built-in bars just for convenience, so no one has to walk from room to room to get their drinks. In these pictures, you will find the rest of the estate. Both Ashford and Bonnet have 3 floors with 12 bedrooms for guests to stay overnight. So when you rent out either of these places, you rent out the entire island basically, or the entire estate for Ashford. Here's just some more pictures from the top floor, and then on the bottom left and right you will see the balcony and the bridal suite with a huge bathtub, king-size bed, full mirror, and then there's also a sitting area on each floor. This is Bonnet Island on a wedding day. So here's just some pictures of what it would look like when the food, cake, and ceremony area are all set up. So on the bottom right, you'll find place cards. Top right is the barn where the actual ceremony takes place, and the couple can design this however they want with whatever floral arrangements they want and ribbons or any other things that they want to use to design. In the middle is just an example of a cake. We go through the same cake caterer unless you have a different preference. On the left is just some of our hors d'oeuvres that we put out at first, and part of our raw bar would be shrimp cocktail, so that's what's on the top left. Here's some more pictures of Bonnet Island. Bonnet Island and Ashford look a little bit different from each other, but we do basically the same setup for each wedding, regardless of the location. So on the top left of this slide, you'll find the barn. That's where we were before in the other picture where the rows of chairs were set up. This is what it looks like from the outside when it's in season and there's nice flowers. That is a guest sign-in book, the bridal suite where we hang up the bride's dress, and that's just an example of what the benches look like inside the barn. Also, part of what I've been doing is learning the basics of being in the kitchen. So I'm either in the kitchen at the Edison location or I'm in the kitchen during an actual event for a wedding at Bonnet or Ashford. And in these pictures, you'll see shrimp shooters, steak on a crouton, and another crouton with pesto, cream cheese, and a tomato. I help cut the tomatoes, mix the pesto, put the tomatoes on the croutons, and set them up for the servers to take and do as butler hors d'oeuvres. In this picture, you'll see what it looks like in the kitchen during a wedding. And you can see Chef Chris on the left writing down the schedule of who's going to be plating what on the serving line. There's some garnishes, some cookies that I put on a sheet, and some raw meat that we were about to season and braise. And these are some examples of what a tasting would look like. So for a tasting, brides, grooms, and their families come to see what foods they would like to have at their wedding. And on the left, you'll see the setup table. In the middle, you'll see where the food would be served. And on the bottom left and right, you'll see one of the waitresses setting up the table. Salad fork, dinner fork, and knife, but the guests get their own plate when they go up to the buffet. And that's basically it. So that's what I've been doing, and I'm really enjoying it, and it's really rewarding to get to see every aspect of the business. So welcome to my job.